it looks like these police personnel were in a way starstruck in the presence of Sushil Kumar. But the fact is that he is a murder accused and he was being taken from one jail to another. Any official version coming in from the authorities in concern and the officials who were present at that point who were taking these pictures?
Well, the police personnel are not, saying anything on the matter. They are only saying that first they will set up an inquiry, and after the inquiry they will be, able to comment on the matter. I have spoken to top brass officers of Delhi Police, and I also have spoken to jail sources, but nobody is willing to come on record. They are only saying that yes, they have accessed the photos, and the matter has been brought to the notice of senior police officers, including the top brass officer, and no doubt inquiries will be set up, but inquiry will be set up only by the Delhi Police, not by the jail authority. Jail authority has, made it clear that since this police personnel belong to 3rd Battalion and one of them was Special Cell of Delhi Police, so Delhi Police will set up an inquiry and they will decide the future course of action whether to place them under suspension or not. But because since no one from the jail was involved in this, no jail officers or the superintendent of jail was involved in this, so they are not going to conduct any kinds of inquiry. But yes, they have also informed to the police personnel and they have said that such kinds of behavior will not be tolerated. The 3rd Battalion officers, the 3rd Battalion head constable and constables who are taking Sushil Kumar to Tihar Jail from Mandoli, they have done this. And in fact, the senior officers of Tihar Jail have spoken to Joint Commissioner and Special Commissioner rank officers of Delhi Police. And inquiry is going to set up into the matter, and whosoever will be seen in the photos, they all will be placed under suspension. One of the cops is from Special Cell of Delhi Police. It was the same team which had arrested Sushil Kumar from Mundga area. So no doubt, everybody, whosoever is in the photos have been, obviously they are identified because they are police personnel, but now it is on...
In fact, Atul, stay with us. Sorry to interrupt you there. We are also joined by Swapnil Kothari on the phone line. Swapnil, your reaction of these pictures emerging of a police selfie with Sushil Kumar, who is a murder accused now while he was being taken from one jail to another.
Well, Richa, this is not new in our country, unfortunately, where some people are treated out, or should I say meted out, some sort of a special celebrity treatment, even if, they're accused of very heinous crimes. Now, Sushil Kumar is obviously accused of murder, and, this is something which is really not done and should not have been done, and the police should have treated him just like an ordinary criminal. But this just goes to show that the police seem to be more interested in a selfie at that time rather than worrying about what sort of a slur or a taint would there be on that uniform of theirs which they wear and supposed to be, looking after the law and order situation in this particular state or not only of the state but even of the country as a whole. So this is, I remember, earlier on also with some sort of Swamis also and, that Radhe Ma also, she was allowed to come and sit in the police officer's chair, even when, there was so much ruckus about the offenses that she was possibly involved in. But, be that as it may, this is something which is a very, very sad state in our country that, we've almost tried to get rid of the Lal Batti culture, which Republic TV had taken the lead in, that VVIP racism. But I think the remnants of it are still left in this form. And I think this also has to be now taken up by Republic TV as some sort of a movement where, you hammer it down the throats of the police and the personnel that this is just not done. And, maybe raise a ruckus as much as possible on the media so that, it goes down, and especially call former police officers and, try to tell them so that, they'll have more of an impact on, the current police dispensation that this is not what they're supposed to do. This is really, really sad. It is really sad because justice is not only supposed to be done, but it has also seemed to be done. So this is something which is in flagrant violation of that. And that, of course, that dictum applies mostly to the courts. But I would also apply to the police officer because they are the ones who are the officers of the court in some form or the other, along with us lawyers. They are also responsible for ensuring that the law and order remains steady in any state or in the country for that matter. And they are the assistants of the court in some form or the other, because we all are as citizens too. But more so the police and more so the lawyers. And I hope that lawyers don't click selfies with him.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Swapnil Kothari, for joining us here on the broadcast. So these are the latest visuals that we have access to on Republic of police personnel who can be seen taking selfie with a murder accused Sushil Kumar during a transfer of jail that was being taken